Hi again. I'm saying again and I'll explain it later. So I'm back into my little spooky journal and I'm going to just flip through it while I explain a few things. It's not done. It's not even sewed together. But Eddie, with Eddie Makes Art, he did the challenge in Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group with a challenge. This is new from you. And what he did was he gave, instead of like prompts or like a real specific challenge, he just said that we need to use junk mail. So the window envelopes are my junk mail, and then we're to use scraps. So I am using some leftover craft paper, the envelopes, and scraps. So this is how far I've gotten in it. And what I missed when I said hello again is because my camera died, but we're back up and running. So I did this page while you weren't really looking. So I find it easier before I sew it together to do a lot of my decorating. So I just made a journaling spot here. This is a free from Coffee. It's Kofi, and it's from Joey Cardmaker, which is a very popular Etsy guy for digitals. And so I thought this would be perfect for a writing space. And now I was just getting started on this. So I took from the cover, which was a scrap, another scrap, and I was working on this little pocket when the lights went out. So here we go. I'm going to keep going. So I just put these two little pieces here. It's like a menorah and a little postage stamp kind of a thing. I did stamp it with a music note stamp that I have from years ago. And I was just thinking right now about what to put here. And I found this little guy. Let me see. This has 3 Victorian ladies. And I thought they could go here. But they need a little something, kind of give them a boost. I do have another one of the same stamps that I put over here, but maybe instead of the same, I can see that one is got some roses on it. Let's look at this and see. These are just faux postage. That was from a 12 by 12. And I was seeing if I had that same colorway. Yeah, this is the same colorway, but a different picture on it. Not that we can really even see that much of the picture, but I think it'll be good. I'm just going to ink up the edge. I had cut these with it's like a faux, everything's faux, right? Is anything real? Not in my world, I guess. Like pinking shears. But I think maybe I'll put this more towards the middle, or maybe I'll put it way to the edge. And then we'll put a little something there. Let's do that. All right, this one is just a little bit hard for me to pick up. I'm going to ink up the sides of this. If it gets a little wrinkly, I don't care. Because I'm going for some grunge here, folks. Which is not my normal style, but I have to tell you, I am enjoying it. All right, let's get this on. I'm just going to use some glue stick. So yeah, Eddie in Makers came up with this challenge, and there was nothing about the challenge that is really me. And I thought, okay, well, challenge yourself, Julie. Get out of your comfort zone and do a little something different. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And I have to tell you, I'm really having a lot of fun with this. So let's put that there. and then a little something over here. So I've got this, this was a digital from Tina over at Shabby Dabby Doodah, and kind of Victorian, kind of old looking, and I think it's been going really good with this. I like that. I like that a lot. And then maybe just this little, it says 26 net. I think that looks great. Let's get some little bit of ink on here. I just dabbed into my vintage photo. I use the archival inks because I avoid inks that will move if they get wet. And so these are permanent, but I like that because with the mixed media that I like to do, sometimes I may decide to go ahead and put some, maybe gel medium or something like that on a project, and I don't like to have to worry that ink is going to move. I guess it's almost a phobia because that's why I invested in a LaserJet printer. Took me a while to save up for it, but it's been worth it to me because that toner instead of ink really does also not move if it gets wet. Okay, I like that pocket. I think it looks fine. I wouldn't necessarily call it spooky, but we're obviously going to put a little, either a journaling card or something in there, and maybe that will help us get a little more spooky. Before I attach this though, are you saying something to me? Are you telling me to do something on this? There's some stray pencil marks on it. I don't care. Yeah, let's think about putting something. I've got these words that I could put, but I was thinking about maybe my little splatter stamp, or it's not a stamp, it's a stencil. What do you think of that idea? I like that idea. Got a little scrap of paper in there. Okay, well, let's go ahead. Now we know the pocket's going to be taking up most of that bottom, and I'm just using what's left over on my sponge, so maybe it's going to be showing up a lot, maybe it won't. It doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to get this, it's like a circle-y couple drips. All right, I like that. Now let's glue this on. Getting the old art glitter glue. All right. I don't want it too close to where I'm going to be sewing this. You're crooked. There we go. Okay. Well, I was going to say, I've got a paper towel here. There we go. Give it a good press. All right, I like that. I'm not going to worry about filling this pocket. Now, this is not the middle, so this sheet will not relate to this one when it's in the journal. So we don't have to have it, be copacetic. I could make another writing spot. I have one more, I believe. Let's see. I don't think I pulled it out. Maybe I'm mistaken. It's been known to happen. Well, that's okay. I've got this guy. I think I was thinking about turning him into a tag. I've got this kitty. What about the kitty? It's going to be more of a decorative page than a writing space, but that's okay. I like the kitty, and maybe a little something over here. Let's get, this is the words. It's a script writing. I'm going to go into black soot. It's script writing. It's French. So I was told it's French, and it has to do with botanicals. Now, does it really? I can't tell you. And again, bought it off of Amazon years ago. Years ago. So I cannot tell you. I'm not trying to hide anything, but you know, I just went to Amazon and looked up script stamp, and that was it. And that's what, I mean, there was things to choose from, but I chose this one. So I'm going to grab my Punchinella and just with whatever ink is on here, which I don't think is very much anymore, but I think it's enough to make a mark. Wow, not really. All right, vintage photo it is. I already inked all around the edge, and I inked the seam where we're going to be sewing. Hey, things seem a little dry today. I like that grungy look. You know, the bottom. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think it could use a little more down here. It's very faint, but I think it's fine. I really do. Okay, let me just, I want to take one more look, because I'm just not trusting myself when it comes to, well, I bet we're going to find it, because I was very sure I had more than one writing space. Okay, we're going to put this kitty cat right here. And then we'll think about what can we do over here. How about some fall flowers? Yes, I'm still doing flowers or something fall. There's a pumpkin on there. I could put like a gourd, maybe kind of the same colors though, huh? Is this any different? It's different, but it's still quite a lot the same. Okay, now I like that, but to keep in, I'm going to grab a leaf. I think a little green would help. All right. To stay within our grungy thoughts, I'm going to go ahead and put some ink on this. I am going to go, this time I'm going into the sepia. It's not the same as vintage photo. And I like vintage photo, but I like this. So let's give it, go around the edge here. And then maybe just a little bit of some darkness here, there. Okay. And flower. I'm hitting that edge because I don't want to have white marks where maybe my fussy cutting wasn't quite up to par. And I'm going to age the flower a bit. Yep. Even my little cheerful little flowers can look good with something that's spooky. Spooky. Frightening. And I'm just darkening one side of this. Alrighty. Let's get these first two pieces down. And these from my fall collection, autumn collection, over at PM Artist Studio, Printables. They're on sale. Take a look. Take a look, and Even if you don't purchase, let me know what you think. They're watercolor and ink that I watercolored myself on watercolor paper with quality paint, and then I scanned them, but there's been no computer adjustments or anything like that. Just watercolor. And I think they're fun. I think they're fresh. I obviously don't mind the way a lot of printables are. Okay, let's think about this. Where's my cat? Right here. So where will this flower show up? I think I'm going to put the flower over this way. Okay. And there's my flower. They're very versatile. I'm working on a winter one now. Okay. I'm working on a winter printable, not Christmas, but winter. And I'm liking it. So far, so good. I hope to get it out and done and out soon. But it's not, as I say, Christmas, of course you can do Christmas with it, but you'll also be able to carry yourself on into January and all. Okay. Okay, kitty. Let's get you on here. Straight. Oh, I went to grab a card and it wasn't a card at all. I like that. Yes, I do. I see this has not got glue, and I can tell by feeling it, I missed the edge. So let's get that glued on good. Okay. Cover up my glues. Okay. So we did this. Oh, I told you I'd find it. Here's the other one that's to make a writing spot here. So let's put this writing spot on here. What do you say? Yep. But we need a little something here. Now, I know I don't own any washi tape that is, that would work. Not even like orange or, well, maybe like the washi that I have that's like maps and things. I guess that would work. I should pull it out next time if we don't get this done. So this is Tina's little printables. And I can't even tell what this is. Oh, here, it's a lady with a floral hat. And here's another lady with a floral hat. And now that's the same. Maybe we don't even need two of those. What about this? We've used that little chocolate sign before. Maybe a little ribbon for her. Maybe right at the bottom of the picture. Okay, a little something here. Hot air balloon? Nah. Crown? Kinda. Let's see. Keep moving through. Oh, a boot. I like these boots. Crown and boot? Head and tail? I like the boot, but let's think about maybe one of these flowers. okay. But now this one feels to me, I mean, like I've got two little bits, two little bits. I feel like this one needs a little something. How about a butterfly? All right, I like that. So now this takes up a good bit of this. And if it's partly covering these, I really don't mind, but I don't want these to be too close. Maybe I'll put this on first. Let's do that. And then the little guys can cover up the edge of that. That would be fine. Okay. Here we go. So today, I'm dealing with a backache. Isn't that awful? I did a little stumble. It wasn't a fall, but I was coming up the steps and I didn't raise my foot high enough and I was all the way at the last step. So I just ended up like one foot on the step and then I was like, my knee was on the ground instead of my other foot. So, but that was over a week ago. But I felt a little something pull. But like the next day or so, it was fine. So I'm just having a hard time believing that is what I've got now. But I can't tell you anything else I did. But yesterday when I was babysitting my grandson, what a time. It was so fun. But when I was doing that, just as the day wore on, my back was just bothering me more and more. So, you know, it's not like I need to go to the urgent care or anything like that. It's just one of those things. But I'm here because I want to keep moving. I did my laundry this morning, slow albeit, but got it done. I feel like if I just don't keep moving, everything could freeze up on me, and I don't want that to happen. So now you're hearing my little tale of woe. But I'll be fine. Just one of those things. That's for sure. Okay. Now that is pretty close to that edge, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's okay. I think it'll be fine. I like these little small from Tina. I will link her, but I honestly, I got this a little while ago. I'm going to move it over. So I honestly can't tell you the name of this. I'll look. I think I can look on Etsy. But if you don't mind some small fussy cutting, I just love these. I really do. And I just can't picture myself watercoloring anything with this much detail this small. So, okay, there's our little writing spot. I think that looks fine. So let's tuck it back into the journal and see what our overall thought is on this. So it belongs right in here. That paper was kind of flimsy feeling, and now it feels like it has a little more heft. Okay, so paging through, we are here, then here, then there. We'll be putting something in, and then moving on through the book. We've got here, which is opposite that. I think that looks nice. And here. Okay, good, good. All right, let's pull out the next one, which is this. Now, this is the middle. So we want to be thinking about that as I move along here. Now, I want to ink it up. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use this sepia. But this sponge is getting just a little too falling aparty, so I'm going to use this one. I've got some little scraps on here. I'm going to dump those quick. So is it autumn where you live? We're in the part of autumn now here, and I'm in Western Michigan, where it's almost like the desert. The days are like the nights. I can feel this is kind of wanting to stick a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, and of course I got a glue glob, so all right, all right, all right. Turn it over. There we go. Where was I? Over here. Yeah, so it's like in the 40s at night, and it's only getting up to the 50s during the day. Leaves are definitely falling, but we're not in like what I would call our peak fall colors. Not at all. I am going to ink up the middle, even though we may put some stuff on there. Where am I? Here. Yeah, so are you guys experiencing some fall, autumn? For my Australian friends, are you in spring? I bet you are. I bet you're getting excited about summertime coming, aren't you? I'm going to go ahead and fold this the opposite way and give it a little down the middle there. We've got like lots of those apple orchards and corn mazes and all that going on, and that usually goes on even sometimes past Halloween. Today is the first day of Amazon Prime for the fall Amazon Prime days. So are you going to be looking at some stuff? I mean, sometimes art supplies, especially the bigger art places that have a shop right there in Amazon, like Blick. Sometimes you can get some really cool things that way. Okay, we know we've used up the writing spaces. Show you what I did. Now, this is a sneak peek into my next journal, which is going to be a travel journal with a steampunk vibe. But I thought that like this bird is kind of cool for, yeah, for this journal. Spooky journal. Let's get my fall flowers again. I've even got like this big old leaf. Yeah, that's still too big. Let's not go that crazy. I don't know. Doesn't send me. I like that. Okay. And maybe just a little bit smaller of leaves up here. I like that. Let's see what does that look like with our bird. Hey, I like this, okay? I want to put something behind on this. What though? These dots again. I also have, this is it's a mask, but I use it like a stencil. Hexagon Dreams. Maybe just put it right like that. I'm going to stick with my sepia and just give it a go around. This craft paper is very absorbent. I can tell I go through more ink than with other papers. That's fine. That's what gives everything personality. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to put a little here. Maybe over here a little bit. Up here. And maybe a little here. Okay. See, I don't know how people do this when their journal is all sewed up. I just can't figure it out. But they do it, and they do a great job of it. So I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I just can't make that work. All right, I'm going to ink up because I can see I've got some white edges going on from cutting. You know, paper, even though I have a black ink outline, the paper still leaves like a white. And I'm just darkening this leaf up a little bit. Okay. And this one, let's do the same on the edges. Very cloudy today, and it's a heavy, I call it what I call a heavy sky. If it was much colder, it looks like it would be snowing. We have an 80% chance of rain. We had some drizzle earlier today. It's the afternoon. I don't know, maybe 3-ish in the afternoon. Once I get started on this kind of stuff, I lose track of time. So, okay. Get this leaf on. Good. And this maple leaf. We have a lot of maple trees here. They're not all the kind of maple trees. And see, it's going over the center mark. That's fine with me. But it needs a little something here. Let's grab this. And let's find a flower that's not necessarily in the colors we already have going. Yeah, I like that. Little contrast. But it's not the same. I'm gonna just hit this with whatever ink is on my sponge. And let's glue it on. Yeah, I feel like we're definitely into fall. I have a house plant that I put outside in the summer and bring it in the winter. Well, I brought it in. Now, I went to my son and daughter-in-law's yesterday to babysit, and I was to be there at 8. So it was like maybe 10 to 8 in the morning. Do you know I had to literally scrape my windows on my car? Sure did. So that's what made me think about needing to bring that plant in, because it's a strange plant. It's a succulent, and I got it as a house gift, and it has flowers from time to time. Now, it hasn't bloomed in a little while, but I didn't know it was a succulent, and I wasn't treating it like a succulent, and it was just looking worse and worse. It was amazing. I'd had it now for 2 years, but it was just looking worse and worse. So I Googled it. Believe it or not, I was using the directions that were on the tag that came with it as far as watering and all. Well, that's how I found out it was a succulent. And I started following my new directions on how to take care of a succulent, including using succulent fertilizer on it. I guess that's what you call plant food, maybe. Well, it has just gone wild, and it's so beautiful, but it still hasn't bloomed again, but I'm sure it will. Okay, let's get my little card here. Okay, now, what's this going to look like with its bird? I like it. Now, The bird is getting a little bit lost. That's okay. I did print this on cardstock. It was kind of a mistake. I didn't realize I had another piece of cardstock in there. I thought I had used up what was in there. Guess I should have checked. But I just means I'm going to use some art glitter glue. And on this lighter weight paper, having some of this cardstock on there will just make it seem a little less flimsy, I think. Just the fact that you glue anything on it will. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get this all pressed down nice. Close the ink up. Close the glue up. Now I've got here on my desk, I pulled out some water and a brush, and I've got some watercolor pencils. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I don't have all of them out, you know, but I just grabbed a few. I've got, this one is dark green. I don't think so. Dark umber. It's kind of a brownish color. Indigo, no. Dark brown. Let's go with the umber. And I am just going to go around this bird, and it'll kind of make a shadowy look, but it will, I think it'll help lift this bird off of its background. So I'm just going around. I haven't used them on this watercolor pencil on a craft paper that I've got, but we'll just see what it does, right? We're just going for it. So let me know in the comments if you're into autumn or spring or what's going on. Okay, I see a little lifting happening, and this is right on that seam, see? Let's get some art glitter glue on there. Give it a press. All right, back to my penciling. Now some of this pencil may go on, oh, I'm going all around there, not the bird. Oh, well, that's all right. Let's go back to the bird. That's funny. I hit the bird's tail, and then I just started following the picture around, but it's okay. Don't let those things shake you. That extra is not going to hurt anything. All right, I've just got a little brush here and just plain water, and let's see what this does. Now the craft paper just by nature is going to darken, so we're not going to get the full effect till once it's dry, but that won't take long. Furnace is not running now, but it has been, so I don't have a lot of humidity in the house, so that'll help. Just keep going around. I like the blue pumpkin with the bird. I think that looks good. I'm going around all this outside that I didn't really mean to do, but it's all right. Embrace things like this. Don't think that you've ruined it. It was maybe the way it was meant to be. Okay, I think everywhere that I put pencil. But what I'm going to do while it's still wet, I'm grabbing that same dark umber, and when the tip of this pencil gets wet, and you can even dunk the tip in water if you want. That's what I'm going to do. I'm dipping it right in the water. It helps just darken it. Okay. Already, I like it better. I do. I went around this part of the flower just fine. All right, we're just gonna keep going, and we can always put another layer on, but I think that really helped the bird to stand out. All right, now we've got this side. I used that Hexagon Dreams, and since we're going to be seeing both sides at once, I think I'm going to go ahead and use it a little more right in here. And see, since this is the archival inks, none of that is moving as I go along. I'm just trying to kind of snuggle it up to what we've already got going on. And then maybe we'll head around here. PM Artist Studios makes their masks and their stencils out of a heavy UPO, and I have paid good, you know, for me anyway, you know, like $14 for a stencil, and had it be so flimsy I could barely use it. And with this heavy UPO, it's no problem. And it's a, you know, made in America, family run business, which I like. You know, let's keep the money all in one pile here in the US or wherever you live. There we go. Help us out. All right. Now, what are we going to do on this side? I got this. This was part of from Joey Cardmaker's freebie. And I was hesitant to use it because I think Eddie used it in his project. But you know what, Eddie? Isn't something like copying a one of the finest forms of flattery? Let's just go with that. Now, my corner rounder is not what it used to be. So it's not really cutting, but it's making a mark, and I'll be able to trim it up with scissors. I can see the marks, but I just thought rounding these corners, because I don't think I've rounded the corners on the other cards like this that I've used. And this is just, it's printer paper. But, you know, give it a little different look. Change it up a bit. But I like that. I do. Okay. Well, I want to put something else with it, but I don't think it's going to be, it's not something I'm going to tuck under. I don't think. Well, I could put, I mean, this has got flowers. I could give it another fall leaf or two. Let's grab that bin. And let's see here. See, I like the way that brightens it up right away. Let's see here. What are you? Kind of a sawtoothy leaf I've got. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay. Under or over? I'm thinking over. Yep. And then maybe a flower. It's never the wrong time for a flower. That could go under. Too much of the same color. Let's get Those flowers are kind of red. I think I might have something that's kind of red. Let's see here. I do, but they're awfully big. Okay, not to worry. I just happen to have more flowers. Shocking, I know. But I think I may have something in the red family. Yeah, see? I like that. Now, let's bring it across. Let's find another flower that's in that red family. That can't be the only one. All right, here. Yes and yes. All right, couple of leaves. Well, this one has its couple of leaves, but let's get a leaf. Should I go with autumn again? Well, I thought something was lifting, but it's just some scraps. Let's go with, I've got some that are like green with a little bit of fall coloring, like this one. Let's do that. I am liking the way this page is coming along. I really am. Okay, I think I'm going to get the inking up just a touch. Just a touch. And this one has kind of a brownish edge, so I'm just giving it a little more of an edge. And then the flower, I think I'm just going to give it a couple of pounces right on top. There we go. All right, let's start gluing some of this down before we all change our minds, right? Let's get this skeleton head down. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm telling you, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying it, but I don't have the confidence because, again, I'm not done this before. And so let me know. And then also, while you're there, I see that a lot of people that watch my videos haven't subscribed yet. So go ahead and do that do that button where you can subscribe. It's totally free. Today's a great day to subscribe, and hit the bell icon and you'll get notified as I do more art. But then come back, right? Right. You got to come back because we're having a lot of fun. I know I am. Seriously. Change can be refreshing, huh? Sure can. Now, again, I may have a bit of a go round with these that are right on that fold, but it's okay. We will deal with it when it comes. All right, and our red flower. And I realize it's not the same red as the color that's on here, but it's still in the family. Okay, same with this. I think I did put some ink on this one, but I didn't put any ink on the flower. So let's do that. I'm just giving it a all over bump of color. Yeah. Okay. I think a mechanical bird is always a little spooky. It's different, but it kind of gives me that mad scientist kind of a vibe in this in this spooky journal. Okay. Wow. Very unexpected, but I like it very much. Okay. Kind of the same thing on this side. Now that I'm doing this, is this really the middle? It may not be, but it can be. We'll just keep decorating. And then when the time comes, I can kind of make a decision, right? All right. Now, writing space would be cool, but, let's see. Maybe another pocket. That would definitely make me want to have this on the outside, but maybe another pocket. And I've got, this is from the 39-cent kit. And it's half of a whole page that you're supposed to fold in half and put in a journal. What if we made a pocket from this? I'm liking that idea. I'll tell you what's on my mind. I've got this punch. And I could make it, and this is a 3.5 inch. I could make it a circle pocket. We haven't done one of those in here yet. Let's see. Okay. And there's our circle. And what I do is I'm just going to fold it because I feel like I get a little bit of a straighter line than if I just chomp across. And I'm cutting just above that fold. Okay. And now, thumb hole. That's not there. This is the thumb hole. Let's do it this way so I can see. All right. Ink up the edges. All right, let's get off of this sepia. We've been on that for a while. And let's go ahead with some ground espresso. I like the way the scallops ink up. I really do. Okay. Yes, yes. I think that's cool. Needs something though. I'm going to grab one of our little stencils here. Maybe the Punchinella or the drops. Which one? Well, the drops, the drippy drops came up first, so that's where we're going. Give it a good scrub. These always tickle me. All right. I like that. Okay, now, little something for behind here. Let's see. Are you waiting for me to say flowers? This is leftovers from my field note journal. Hey, these could be some journaling spaces. They're little, but so what? I think I have another. But that'll be covered up by the pocket. Let's put those up there. Let's see what will it look like. It may just look like I didn't know what I was doing, huh? Yeah. I mean, I don't know that. Well, you know, I'm just thinking once you tuck something in there. All right, let me find. something that we could tuck in there, because what we tuck in could turn into the... Oh, all right, I sold myself. We don't have to fuss with that right this minute. Let's get this much done. All right, number one, let's get that pocket in there. Now, I put glue like maybe this far, so I would say half. I don't put the glue all the way up because then you're really limiting yourself as to what will fit. So just about half. I was just looking for my paper towel. I have a tendency to just throw it. Let's just use some paper. That'll be fine. And I might have even accidentally dropped it to the floor. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, I like that. And then, now I think I'm going to put them the opposite than I had them so that the flowers are on the outside. But let's get these guys down. We can work on filling the pockets once it's sewn together. That'll work out fine. So I was babysitting my grandson yesterday. What fun. What fun. And we got out watercolors, and I had found some free children's autumn pictures, and I printed them up on cardstock, and we just had such fun painting. I mean, did he pay a bit of attention to what was there? No. It was all about the water, color, and just how the brush was magically putting color. It was so fun to watch his eyes, you know, like, what is this going to do? What's that going to do? And hear him chuckle at himself. It was great fun. Okay, so this is from my summer flowers, but we've got these little flowers here, so I'm thinking I'd like some flowers here. And then maybe go back into my autumn package and grab an autumn leaf or two. That's quite red, which is good. This is kind of a faded green and kind of a yellow. Color it up. Yep, we need color. We like color. Well, I do. I hope you do. Okay, let's get these leaves on. Maybe we'll have two. And if you're saying to yourself that these leaves don't match, they don't. You're right. I pretty much, when I grab leaves, I just go by size. And so the fact that it looks like it's coming from different plants, hey, could be a weed coming up in the background, right? We don't know. I am liking this. I'm liking that I've given myself permission to use flowers and some color in this grungy / spooky bit of work. I mean, I really I'm liking the combination. All right, I like that. What else? All right, let's grab that tag again. And see, this can go in here. Let's go ahead and give this a punch. Ink it up. And I am going to stick this in here because you know how I've been. Where did I put? We don't need that. We're just going to put it in right now. Because I like the combination, and I'll be thinking I had something and what was it, and oh, maybe where did it go? Yeah, we don't need all that. Nope. All right. I like that just fine. Okay, over here, folks. Look this way. Now I've cut out again from that Travelers, but I thought that looks like something that, you know, would come out of a older home, right? And you know what I'm getting the vibe of that I think I want behind it? Book page. Yes. All right, let me see. I'm doing a little reaching here, but I believe I've got some. I do. Got my scraps not too far away. You can see this is a scrap. This is from Atlas. I think I'm going to leave the sharp corner and just tear this. Well, an Atlas globe. I mean, really? Who would have thought? And I want to... It has a nice foxing already around the edge. So I'm just going into my vintage photo and I'm going to get the torn edges a little something here. And some of the darker colors that I've used are also showing up. That's fine. That's just fine. Now see, I like that. And the globe. Yes. It needs something in here though. And I think what I want is either music or... I think I'm going to go with music. I was going to say music or those words. And if I remember right, this does not want to stick. So let's give it a little. If you have stamps that don't want to stick, go ahead. Now I'm looking. Okay. Go ahead and just use a little bit of glue stick on your acrylic block, and it will not... What could I say? How do I want to say? It will hold it while you're working on it, but it washes off super easy. Washes off the stamp, and it washes off of the acrylic really easy. Oh yeah, I like that. And I don't care if this is perfect or not. It's background. Yep. I like that. You know, I keep saying I like this, I like that. And you might be thinking, are you nuts? Because again, I've not done this before. I can't say that I even really understand the aesthetics of this. What is it supposed to look like? Are there rules? You always put this when you're doing grungy. You never do that. Maybe I shouldn't be mixing some steampunk with some other stuff that I've got on here. I don't know. But I do know that I'm enjoying myself. All right. What do you think? I think it's good. This I did do with cardstock, so I'm going to go ahead and use my art glitter glue on the globe. So I've been watching some videos. I'll link, Julie is the artist, and it's Camellia Craft Designs. She does a lot of different kinds of ephemera, and she does a lot of like, oh, I don't even exactly know the names of them all, like flip out pages or I'm pretty new to all this journaling stuff, period. But not just pocket and decorate. She has these different interactive things. Heaven only knows what I did with that paper towel. Goodness. Okay, let's get this down. So I want my next journal. I'm still not done with the bee journal, and we are going to come back to that, but this project was time sensitive, so I wanted to get it done in October. I mean, that is when most of us think about spooky, I would think. All right, I am going to do that same thing I did with the other one. I'm going to use a different color, though. I just feel like green is just a little too far off of what we've got. Indigo, you know, that's like navy blue. Should I do it? Okay, let's try. But I want to get some navy blue. And again, this is a watercolor pencil. It's a Prismacolor watercolor pencil. Now, at the bottom of this, I'm going to bring it out because I want it to have a bit of a foot to be sitting on, so it doesn't look quite so floaty. And then I'm going to go back and see again, since I did that stamping with the archival, I'm not worried about it smearing. Now, there's a little gap here that I could not get with my scissors, so I'm just going to fill it in with some of this blue as well. It might be a mistake, don't know. We're just going to give it a try. All right, let's see what this does. Talk about an experiment. Get this here. Okay. And again, the craft paper, it's going to darken up even just because it's got water on it. So really, so will this book page that's from the Atlas. It's an Atlas index. Yep. I am liking this just fine. Needs a little more, but I am liking it. I'm going to grab my indigo. I don't want to rip the paper. That's one thing that's on my mind as I'm going over the papers that are wet. I don't want to, drill a hole in it. it doesn't even feel like I got much water in this little space. Okay. I like it better. And we'll just have to see what it looks like once it's dry. Okay. Yep, I'm liking that. This guy, the more I'm seeing him, the more stark I feel like I need to use a little ink on him. So let's do that. Let's go. I'm going to go back to Tim Holtz here. I'm going to go ahead with the vintage photo because it is kind of brownish shades that we've got going on here. All right. And I do like that better. Yes, I do. Okay. So now this is done. This is done. Good. Let's get the journal out. And I'm going to cover up my glues here. I don't think we're going to get it sewed today, but we've really made some nice headway. And I'm going to assume, always dangerous, that we're going to be folding it this way. And that's going to be our middle. So should we just give it a flip through? Okay. Let's give it a flip through. Let me make some room here. All right, cover. And I'm going to do something else on this cover. Pocket. Decorations. That's the envelope with the window. Writing space. Pocket. Let's just see. We can just, I'm just grabbing things right now. Okay. I can tell you right now that I'm too much orange. Let's put the chandelier back there. Okay. Here. Here, I like this page. Here, I really like this. Middle. We're going to have a little tacking down that we need to do. And here. Here's my second little pocket with the window. I don't remember if I pulled this out and showed you. I'm going to be making some tabs. I've got a punch that I'm going to be showing you, and we're going to make some tabs. Uh-oh. Why is this so sticking in here? There we go. Okay. We'll play with that later. All right. Then we've got the kitty. And we've got this. And here. This is the back cover. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, this is making me crazy. Why won't it go back in? Again, I know I need to fiddle with it, but right this minute it's making me crazy. Oh, can I pull it out? All right. I can see what's going on. Okay. Go in. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me and putting up with my idiosyncrasies. But I think this is coming along great. I'm liking it a lot. I hope that you do. Please consider hitting the like, subscribe to my channel. It helps me so much. I'm still a new channel. I look forward to seeing you all in another video. Bye now.